Hey, Good Fox here. So they went through a live stream of Diamond Dynasty stuff and content to come, and I basically want to go through what they went through. Go through the cars that they announced, and give you my thoughts on kind of the whole thing. So I'll link it in the description, the link to the stream. Currently my internet's out, so hopefully we won't run into too many hiccups. We can get this through this. So we'll just be going through the card art and stuff and throw down. So Jim Palmer was announced. Let's go. They talked about fastball speed. They talked a little bit about gameplay. And they talked about, sending them emails or through 70% of the emails for people's stubs that are missing. But through this fastball speed, they say it's going to be looked at maybe potentially just speeding up for the top division only, which I think is kind of the ideal solution. So that way, like, the more casual guys lower on the ladder aren't as affected, but the high-end guys that really want that fastball velocity up high kind of get it looked at. Because they said on the stream most people aren't hitting well, but I think that's due to the bouncing PCI, and contact hitters just generally aren't very good hitters. We'll go through and I'll give my thoughts on some of the contact hitters we see. They didn't mention fielding or anything like that, so that's to be looked at. So they said there's going to be a patch coming out pretty soon. But anyways, they talked about team epics also. Like I said, my internet connection isn't went out, so I can't look at too much of the team epic stuff. I got a lot of these information from the subreddit here, MLB The Show, so check it out. Again, I'll link this in the description too. But the team epics, it really feels like MLB The Show is 2 years behind Madden when it comes to mistakes and content and stuff, and a lot of the issues that they run across, like with the souvenirs and everything, are stuff that we've as a community have given back to them on other topics. So the team epics here, a lot of these rewards, they're pretty good. They're not bad for grinders. They said you got to do no collecting, and then they show us collections from autographs, bobbleheads, and live series players. But overall, I don't mind the grind. The only thing missing is there's no master set here. At least what they advertised. They didn't advertise any master set. We'll get into what doing the team collections can do near the end. We'll do it near the end of the team epic part. So, like I said, you got to collect autographs and bobbleheads. They'll be similar to exchanges you have for the Immortals. But the missions are also very similar to what you've seen on the Immortal missions, basically. Like 500 plate appearances, a whole bunch of starters with that certain team. But it's just kind of how it goes. But you get cards. This Victor Martinez doesn't look too bad. He's a lefty killer who can also catch. So he's going to play well in the field as a catcher. But I think just for grinding out the team Immortals, this is basically, you won't spend too many stubs collecting stuff, but you will get a great reward if you're able to grind out with the Detroit players. There are also mystery players to discover along the way. So if you grind out the team epics very fast, you will be able to get your name on a couple of the cards. All right, so I'm really disappointed, though, in this team epic stuff. Not in the cards themselves, although some of them are a little bit lesser than I like to see. But there are some good-looking, interesting stats here. The Jay Buhner's a new legend, so I'm excited to see him and how he plays. Got a great arm, great power. Love that kind of stuff in MLB The Show 18. But I'm disappointed I didn't unlock anything for the Immortals. Like, I've been grinding for these Immortals so hard. I kind of expected them to come out with the next step in the Immortal process. And they said this basically, these team epics, they're taking up 5% extra, but they don't actually take up 5%. They just take, you can replace some of the hats or jersey exchanges for the 5%. I was livid when I heard this. Like, I expected us to get unlock the next step for Immortals, and instead they said, oh, this is a bonus 5% that you can replace some of those jersey or hat collections. Are you kidding me? I went through so many of these jersey and hat collections, and I wasted so many stubs on them, and you couldn't have put this out. You couldn't have communicated this earlier in the season. You couldn't have put that there. Why are other programs, why is this show locked for other programs, but this isn't a program that you could have said locked earlier, waiting for team epics for this bonus 5%? Clear lack of communication, clearly making a lot of mistakes that can be avoided by just a little bit of foresight. All right, so I know there are bigger problems in the world, so that's all I'm going to say about that. So Matt Garza, his hits per 9, K per 9, pretty low. The 4-seam, 12-6 curve, change slider. Not exactly a stellar lineup of pitches either. So the Garza, team epic. Castilla, 76 is the first one. Do we see? Yeah, we saw the Ryan Sandberg, the rookie Sandberg. You got something for the collections for these better card. So the Garza is a full team collection for the Cubs. Not great. Castilla, 76 is the first one, and then Will Clark's the final one. Looks like the first baseman can hit, although I would not want to use this Will Clark at all. This one looks trash with the high contact, low power. I don't want guys with low power in this game. Miss me with that. I don't want soft line drives or weak ground balls. I want stuff that just rockets through the infield. But, oh yeah, shout out to the who is it that on MLB on the website here, the team epics. What user? I forgot to put his username in my notes. Did I miss it? The images for all team epics. I must have missed it. I'm sorry. Wait. Here's the source. Is my internet back yet? Yes, it just came back. Look video 11111. Thank you for putting all these cards together. All right, so we also got a ticket count. Oh, that's at near the end. The next events that I talked about that I looked at earlier is lefties on lefties. So stock up. The max team overall 75, so a little bit higher than 70 we had last event. You can put up to 99 players. So I think a lot of people might, since it's only 3 innings, tank your starting pitchers and get an ace bullpen. Get like the Chapmans, the Riveros, or what is he changing his name to? I forgot what he changed his name to. He's changed his name to his sister's name. It's a really weird situation. Rivero, Pirates. They've had a lot of weird stuff going on last year. So yeah, 3 inning games, free entries, 30 for a Lester flashback, 85, and then you get a 12-win cumulative, 85 to 89 lives for your players. So grind it out. It'll end April 23rd, so 2 weeks. No, wait, just under 2 weeks when it comes out. All right, I keep going through the cards shown. There's the Will Clark we were talking about, the Molina, not a great hitting catcher, whatever. But Ozzie Smith, this card, I don't know, good speed, great fielding. Does that work? MLB The Show, are you that worried about infield defense versus like the other guys that you have? Is Ozzie Smith gonna be that much more valuable than say the Seager? Although you'll just grind for Ozzie and he won't cost you anything but some stubs for souvenirs. So not a bad card. So overall, the cards, I really enjoy that they have cards like this, though. I like that Ozzie's in the game. Don't get me wrong. Although he's got no pop, he barely can hit home runs. I just wish contact players had a little bit more value in this game because they don't seem to be able to get on base that well, at least in my opinion. But I do love that fielding and love that there's a variety of different numbers here for contact, vision, and power. And that the cards feel individualized, like they actually play like they're actual real-life cards. All right, Aaron Hill here. Yeah, I would say a solid guy. Against lefties, obviously. Righties, you're going to kind of feel like a hole. They're a lot better second baseman options. So overall, pretty poor speed and fielding, too. Corey Kluber, rookie version. Vizquel, your little Omar, similar to Ozzie here with the fielding. Omar can hit a little bit better against both hands. He's a switch hitter. Vision 100. But otherwise, just like real life, great fielder. Okay speed. 82 speed is actually pretty darn good. So they also mentioned near the end of stream, as we keep looking through Bruce Sutter, there will be more like position programs coming that's similar to the bronze and silver is already in the game. So there'll be gold and possibly diamond position programs down the road, which will allow us to complete career arcs. And I'm guessing those feed into the immortals. Man, I wish they would have said that before. Like, that the team epics aren't going to be the ones that feed into the immortals, or I don't even know if those are going to be the ones that feed into the immortals. Maybe the immortals are just cock teasers for like July. If I'm grinding for cards now in April, that I'll have the whole grind done by the end of April, and I won't be able to get it until July. Man, that's disappointing. So I hope it doesn't take until June. I hope we really, really want to get it in April, but I just like using those big sluggers. And once I get those big sluggers, I guess there's nothing really left to grind for, isn't there? But they got more immortals. They'll do like a whole other set of immortals, right? Johnny Cueto, pretty good stamina for a live series player. They mentioned is cutter, change, slider. I wish he had a sinker. Maybe his two-seamer's got some good movement. All right, Lorenzo Cain, rookie, back before he was traded and then brought back to the Brewers. Carlos Gomez here. Power versus lefty's pretty good. Is this the year he was swinging out of his shoes? He had some pretty good home runs this year. Got speed, fielding. So, lefty only, lefty killer. Mr. Charlie Blackmon here. So, we'll see what going on with career arcs going on. I'm guessing they'll be more the same. Just like the career arcs were. Wow, sorry, I'm yawning because it's super late. I got to get to bed here. Big day tomorrow. They also said roster updates will be coming in April. So, check for roster updates late April. The Ohtani update is what they joked about. So, he'll be getting some attribute changes. So definitely, I don't think speculation next week will be needed, but maybe the week after for updates on a Friday. There it is, Liriano, Vance Worley, and the 83 Jason Worth. Who's going to do the Phillies collection? I don't know. I wish there was a MasterCard. I think that's terrible. Vladimir Guerrero, this is going to be the ticket player, so this is going to be newly put into the ticket counter. He's a contact player with a great arm. Okay, fine. Maybe they tweak contact players to be more worth it. So that's my overall evaluation of the Diamond Dynasty stream. I was not exactly pleased with the team epics, just because my expectations were that it was going to lead to more immortals and unlocks for that. But it ended up kind of debating me into just like, oh, it's an extra 5% for immortals, but you don't actually need that 5%. So you can get 105% of this unlocked. Whatever. All right. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.